Welcome to another episode of Strategic Minds Making Money Moves, where we do what? We provide those strategies to get that green. It is my pleasure to welcome Crystal Davis to the show. I am really looking forward to hearing her story, learning about her business, so that we can talk about how we move to the next level. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to hear these strategies and tips to help me grow this business.
Oh, we're going to do it. We're going to do just that.
Thank you.
So to that point, would you share with our audience a little bit about your company?
Absolutely. So we are a 13-year-old side hustle, 8 years ago turned real bread and butter business. We're woman-owned and minority-owned company. And we support our clients in manufacturing and supply chain to help them in two ways. One, that's to improve their operations, and two, that's to develop their leaders to be able to sustain any of the gains that we help them with.
Okay. So your industry is manufacturing.
My industry is manufacturing, yes.
Okay. All right. And so you've been in business for how long now?
8 years.
8 years.
Total
Okay.
official.
All right. Okay. And what kinds of services do you offer through that to your clients when you say you help them? How do you
Absolutely.
help them? What does that look like?
It's a great question. Absolutely. So we actually have 3 verticals: leadership development, program management and project management office services, and then we have consulting, and that's management consulting around operations, strategy, and then also deploying, I'll say, new extensions of their capacity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you are in this business, and the name of your company is?
The Lean Coach Incorporated.
Okay, so Lean Coach Incorporated.
Yes.
So, wow, that makes me think about Six Sigma. Are you
Yes.
Six Sigma?
I am. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And is that what you focus on?
It's not the core essence of what we focus on. It is a means to an end.
Okay, tell us
Yeah.
more about that.
Yeah, so when I started the company, I thought that Lean Six Sigma was going to be the nucleus of what we offered. When I got in the marketplace, there were so many other things that our clients needed that we started to be able to deliver those services because of my past experience. And so one of the challenges that I'm finding is that a lot of times, to just what you said, right? When you think about that, people automatically go there, and they may have their own perceptions. Is it training? Oh, we already do that. Oh, that didn't work for us. So that's one of the challenges that I'm faced with as we look to grow, because I have to tell people we do this and I don't want to do that.
Okay, so let's talk about what that message really is. So when we talk about your clients and who you're going after, right? And it could be a manufacturing company, it could be, that you're trying to partner with and get business with. But what is your message that you want them to hear? Don't worry about what the name of the company is. What is the value of the message you want to express to that client?
That's a great question. So I feel like the message I want to convey to them is that we help you through crisis, through the challenges of getting your operations to where you need them to be successful with the business objectives. That's really what I feel like we're doing.
So you are optimizing
Yes.
manufacturing operations to allow a company to achieve the value and the goals that they have set out in terms of their success measures for the organization.
I'm so glad we're recording this, Vicki. You made that sound, but you made it sound so elegant.
But that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Because I think part of what the struggle is as we start to grow, and we all have to morph, right?
Yes.
We all have to take what's in the market. We have to adjust to what's in the market and moving forward.
Right.
But I think one of the challenges is that when we as businesses are trying to be succinct to what I'm giving you, operations means a lot to a lot of people. Right?
Yes.
So if I'm talking about manufacturing process optimization,
right,
that's very succinct, that tells you my target audience, tells you what I'm trying to do and what I'm trying to employ. And my result is to meet those success measures that you have identified are important to you.
That's right.
Now, The means by in which I do that is that I use approaches that are lean to get the fat out,
That's right.
right? We want to
That's
eliminate
right.
the fat,
That's
right?
right.
And so it's not a Lean Six Sigma methodology. It is lean in whatever lean means to you.
That's right. And whatever the specific challenge is.
Right.
It could be a people-oriented challenge,
Okay.
right? And it takes people to operate processes.
Mhm.
And that's where some of the leadership development pieces come in, with helping them with how do you set up or optimize the way that you even lead your team to run the processes.
Mhm.
So that's why I talk about it started out as lean as the core, but that is not the only thing that we do.
So but you know what? I think, Crystal, when we think about this, and we're going to take a station break in a minute, but when we come back, when I think about this, I think about lean as an enterprise. So if I
Yes.
take if I look at an umbrella as
Right.
lean, and I look at each spoke as a different pillar,
Mhm.
right? So my company is to help manufacturing organizations optimize their operational efficiencies
Right.
to meet their desired results.
Right.
That's my company.
Right.
The way in which I do that is if it's people, say people.
Okay.
If it's people that you're trying
Yes,
to work
that's
with,
where I work.
it's educating, training, helping people. That may be a pillar.
Right.
So
That
training may
is.
be a product.
That is.
Right?
Yeah.
And then there's others that can go with it. Let's take a station break. When we come back, we're going to continue this conversation. We'll be right back.
Strategic Minds, Making Money Moves with Vicki Wright Hamilton focuses on helping entrepreneurs to overcome their business challenges to help increase their bottom line. Each episode provides strategies for growth and transformation. Watch Vicki share her 20-plus years of experience as a corporate executive to help entrepreneurs level up.
When I was in college, I had a college professor to tell me I would never, ever make it in technology. He told me that I needed to change my career, all because I took a test and got a D after studying so very hard. I knew at that point that I had to learn the game of life and survival. How did I do that? I really put on my game face so that they never knew what to expect, when, where, or how. See, life has all of its journeys and obstacles. We all have a story to tell, and we have many different paths that we take. My journey to this moment has not been easy. You have to play the game, play to win, and you win by wearing your game face. When we think about strategy, think about moving forward, we're always wondering and concerned, are we hitting the right target audience? Are we doing the right things to take our business forward? Don't lose sight of the fact that your talents and your passion brought you here. Those talents and passion can be contagious to those who want to hear it, who want to learn, and who want to know more. It's just important to do what? Tell our story. Tell the story that touches each and every person that you want to contribute and be a customer to your business. Address their issues, address their concerns, take care of them. It's all about making somebody what? Feel good. It's not what we do for them. It's not how we do it. It's how we make them feel. Welcome back. When I think about that second pillar, so you're right, it takes people to hit that goal
Absolutely.
of that optimization that we're trying to do, what we're trying to do with efficiency. So underneath my people pillar, I offer training, I offer workshops, I offer
Yes.
development. These are the things that I offer here.
Yes.
My second pillar, what's the second product you offer?
It's management consulting.
Okay. Now management consulting means a lot. So what is the output of your management consulting? What is it that you're really doing? Is it just strategy development? What is that management consulting?
Great question. So it is strategy deployment,
Okay.
and it is implementation support. So we will help you not only create the strategy, tell you how to deploy the strategy, but we'll also support you in the implementation of the deployment.
So it sounds like to me your second pillar is strategy.
Yes.
The way in which you do it is management
management.
consulting.
Okay.
The way in which you do it is management consulting. But you are doing strategy.
Right.
And you're doing it by these methods of what you're doing, and the way the model you're using is management consulting.
Okay.
But if you want people and you want one of these, you want this. If you want strategy, you want one of these, you want this. Now, what was the third one?
And the third one is PMO office.
Okay.
So a lot of times our clients will have these really large projects. They've got so many tentacles or functions that are involved in that. And so we will actually become the PMO office for them.
Okay. So your third pillar is manufacturing PMO.
Yes.
And I think it's important to say that because we have program managers, project managers
That's
across
right.
many industries, many different areas. But we know that the best ones are the ones that understand the business.
The business.
They understand what
Yes.
makes it work.
Yes.
They understand the operations. They
Yes.
understand, the good, the bad, the
Right.
ugly. So it becomes really important that if I say, I'm not just giving you any project manager or program manager, I'm giving you a project manager that has done manufacturing optimization. I'm giving you a project
Exactly.
manager that is exposed to this process to
Yes.
differentiate yourself. So once you develop that picture that you're now going to be able to use, now you have a story.
Yes.
Now you have a story. Okay. And so that story of I don't have to figure out who you are. I know that your space is all manufacturing. I know that your space is all about the things you can do in manufacturing, from helping me to get the right people on board, get the process optimized, to
Yes.
get the right strategy in place, to get the deployment and execution there.
Right.
I know that you are a holistic entity
Yes.
for me for manufacturing.
Yes.
So are your clients today that you're working with, do you go out and work with individual manufacturing companies that you're just offering one of these services to? Is that what you do today?
Yeah. Most of our clients are Fortune 500 manufacturing companies.
Okay.
So
Okay. And are you local, global?
we are right now North America based.
Okay, great. Great. That's good to know. Because, as you're continuing to grow and you're developing the strategy and you're moving forward, we all know that one of the big things that is happening is technology is allowing us to truly expand.
Absolutely.
Right? And all these concepts that you're doing, the things that you're doing, the tools that you can enable, the best practices of the tools, all of that can help you as you're continuing to grow the business and grow the implementation and execution of what you're trying to accomplish.
Absolutely.
In terms of making that. So have you thought about remarketing what you're doing or thinking about what that should look like?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's funny that you mentioned that. I was just talking with someone about, whether or not I needed to rebrand, do I need to change the company name so that they will have that holistic approach. Because as I was saying before, everyone's perception of lean is different. You stated it so eloquently, and you understand that it is an enterprise. Most people don't. And so I find myself having to explain that, or even people think I'm, in the weight loss arena.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, I've talked to someone about it. I've done a very good job of branding the Lean Coach and being known for that for people who refer me into companies. But I think I either need to rebrand or reposition.
Okay, so we're going to take a station break. When we come back, we're going to look at a little bit of both,
Okay.
and then we'll see if there's a question or comment from the audience. We'll be right back.
Strategic Minds, Making Money Moves with Vicki Wright Hamilton focuses on helping entrepreneurs to overcome their business challenges to help increase their bottom line. Each episode provides strategies for growth and transformation. Watch Vicki share her 20-plus years of experience as a corporate executive to help entrepreneurs level up.
When I was in college, I had a college professor to tell me I would never, ever make it in technology. He told me that I needed to change my career, all because I took a test and got a D after studying so very hard. I knew at that point that I had to learn the game of life and survival. How did I do that? I really put on my game face so that they never knew what to expect, when, where, or how. See, life has all of its journeys and obstacles. We all have a story to tell, and we have many different paths that we take. My journey to this moment has not been easy. You have to play the game, play to win, and you win by wearing your game face. When we think about strategy, think about moving forward, we're always wondering and concerned, are we hitting the right target audience? Are we doing the right things to take our business forward? Don't lose sight of the fact that your talents and your passion brought you here. Those talents and passion can be contagious to those who want to hear it, who want to learn, and who want to know more. It's just important to do what? Tell our story. Tell the story that touches each and every person that you want to contribute and be a customer to your business. Address their issues, address their concerns, take care of them. It's all about making somebody what? Feel good. It's not what we do for them. It's not how we do it. It's how we make them feel. Welcome back. I do want to explore, do you rebrand or reposition? And I think that depends on what you want to do. So let's talk about rebranding. Rebranding would mean that you're giving a whole new context of what you're doing.
Okay.
So if there is a overarching enterprise name that is a rebranding that encompasses these areas, but also allows you to grow, maybe something that you want to do to rebrand holistically.
Okay.
If you want to reposition, it's usually, I don't just offer this, I offer this, this, and this too, right?
Yes.
And from some of the things that you're saying to me, I would truly consider rebranding. And I think that when you rebrand, you don't have to lose lean. Lean is your methodology of what you do.
Right.
Lean is your ability to hit these goals and targets. But that's not the product of the service.
Not the product of the service.
Right?
Yes.
It's what you use in order to make that happen. So you still have your people component.
Right.
You still have your strategy component, in terms of what you're doing. You still have your pillars that you're offering. The methods in which you use them might be lean, might be management consulting, might be, and even in your program office, right? In our program office, we utilize certain capabilities. Lean Six Sigma may be one of the tools we use with our PMOs in order to do your office. But what I'm really offering you is a manufacturing PMO.
Yes.
Right? So I think you have to think about what that offering really is and what that that brand is encompassing of, then just I always think about it in and just simplistic. I always think about it in a house. You know, I got a roof,
Right.
and I got these pillars.
Yep.
Right. And so if whatever this house is called, that's what I'm actually going to be doing. And people need to hear it and say, that's what I think of, right? And that's what I see. The other thing is imagery. Make sure your imagery in your rebranding matches what you want to do. If you're going to be manufacturing, then you want manufacturing imagery. If you're going to be in other industries, you want to make sure that you show that you can do multiple industries, that you offer this capability, you know, to multiple industries in terms of meeting their needs. Because when you first look at a site, your assumptions come, oh, I see a manufacturing site. Okay, they're just manufacturing. But if you offer so much more and you do so much more and there's other opportunities, then we would want to know that. But if manufacturing is the industry you want to focus on, then brand it that way.
Okay, that's good information.
In terms of being able to do that.
Yes.
But if you decide to reposition, no, repositioning is, you know, I was always called the lean. I'm still called the lean, but we are, instead of doing X, we're doing Y. We're adding this. And I think because of the breadth of what you offer, a rebrand would take you a long way.
I'm so glad you confirmed that.
Yeah. I think a rebrand would take you a long way.
Yeah.
Let's see if we have a question or a comment from the audience.
Hi, my name is Latasha Emery. I am with Always Best Care Senior Services. My question for you, Crystal, I love your name, The Lean Coach, but it does send my mind to manufacturing, as you mentioned. Do you feel by changing the pillars and focusing on manufacturing, do you feel like that limits you to execute in other areas of the supply chain?
Yeah, absolutely. I do think so, because there are warehouses, there's logistics, there are many other aspects of supply chain. Supply planning is a big area that we also work in. So I do feel like, it takes people right to lean manufacturing. So I want to make sure that we are encompassing in our rebrand, that we cover the breadth of the supply chain and not just the manufacturing or the production piece of the supply chain. Thank you.
Thank you for your question. I think what's important here is that, as you're talking about that, then your wording is what's going to be important.
Yes.
Don't just say manufacturing if it's all a supply chain, or if it's the manufacturing and full supply chain, or, whatever that needs to be. But I think the language is going to be key in any slogan that you can get to go with the name of your company, that actually, whether it's an acronym, whether it's something that's very particular, that lets people know, look, I do manufacturing, I do supply chain, and here's what you get as a result, right? In terms of being able to make that happen. Because you have such great services. You have such great products, you have great services, and you're working with some big people, right?
Yeah.
And I hope you're leveraging some of the feedback from your great people in terms of testimonials, if you can use them, logos, if you can use them, although I know that there's restrictions.
Yes.
We don't endorse any one person. We can't put it on a website. I get that. But, anything that you can do, that you can leverage, that you're able to leverage, from your clients and your customers. And sometimes it's just, making a phone call, right? Would you just talk to somebody and let them know what I'm doing? I'm not asking you to do a logo. I'm not asking you to do anything, kind of thing. Because everybody has their rules and regulations. We know how that goes in corporate America and what they allow us to do. No, you can't do that anymore.
I know.
But you're working with some major brands that, and I always tell entrepreneurs, use it as part of your negotiation. When you negotiate into a company, say, look, I don't want testimonies, but I want to use your brand.
Right.
I want to use your logo.
Right.
I just want to put your logo on my website.
Yep.
And if you're about supplier diversity and you support that, then that costs you nothing. So why not help me do that, right?
That
so
is my
use it
skill.
Use it as a negotiation as you continue to move forward.
Yes.
Well, I am looking forward to having you back on to hear about the millions of dollars and how great you're doing and how you have rebranded this organization.
Thank you. I will be back.
I know you will. I know you will. Can you all join me in thanking my guests today? Thank you so much for joining us on another episode of Strategic Minds Making Money Move, where we give those strategies to do what? Make that green. See you next time.